and welcome to this episode of the Virtuous Woman Show. My name is Sheila Juma, and we're so delighted to be hosting you this wonderful Sunday evening. We hope you're doing well and you've had a great week from wherever you're watching us from. Please do let us know in the comment sections if you're watching online, where you are watching us from. We'd be happy to hear from you. This is the Virtuous Woman Show. We seek to inspire and empower women across Kenya and across Africa. If you are yet to follow us on our social media platforms, we are the Virtuous Woman Show across the board. That is Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. There's a bunch of content on YouTube for you. So if you can go ahead and subscribe, that will be a blessing, not just to us, but to you as well. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If this is your second, fourth, 10th time watching, thank you so much for always tuning in. I assure you this is going to be one very informative show. Today, we are talking about Women in Society Empowerment Organization. This is an organization that is headed by a wonderful woman. Her name is Sophie, and that's who we have on set today. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
So before we start, you can go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophie Hyuhu from Nakuru. Born and brought up here in Nakuru. I'm a wife, I'm a mother of two, and I lead an organization called Women in Society Empowerment Organization, in bracket WISE, which has been in existence since 2021.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. We're so happy to be having you today.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about what WISE is, when you started and why you started.
Thank you, Sheila, for having WISE today.
Absolutely.
WISE was started in late back 2019, but registered in 2021.
Okay.
So just a brief history. I became a second mom in 2018, and from that point I suffered postpartum depression.
Yeah.
So it was during 2019 that Corona happened, and most of the girls had fallen out of school, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4.
Yeah.
And from the statistics then, Nakuru was number 2 from the late Magoha's statement.
Yeah.
So after undergoing postpartum depression, I thought of about these young girls who are becoming mothers,
Yeah.
dropping out of school, Corona. I was a mother for the second time and underwent postpartum depression. What about these girls who are not economically empowered? Maybe mentally they are not okay. What are they going through? So back then in after finishing high school, I did a hairdressing course.
Okay.
So I started wig making. I advertised in one of the platforms in Facebook. If you're a mother between 17 years and 25 years and wish to have a course for free, wig making course for free, kindly reach out to me. So I got so very much overwhelming responses, and we took so many girls. We trained them. By then I was in Nakuru West. So we started to empower them.
Which year is this? 2019?
This is 2019 now, during Corona. By this time, my baby was 1 year plus.
Okay.
Yeah. So we took them through the mental health training, just one-on-one discussion, making them feel like they were in a safe space. And then we empowered them economically by making wigs. We could make wig, sell at maybe 6,000. We give the woman 2,000 for her and her child. So all this was free. Wow. So when they went back to school, I got a call from Women with Disability. They told me, we have seen you're training young girls. So what about us, women with physical disability? Where do we fit? And most of us are not economically empowered. So that is when we registered WISE as an organization through the social department office. And then we moved to a better conducive place that could adapt the persons with physical disability, that is in Nakuru West, London. So basically we are there since 2021.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
What a great initiative. Could you kindly, very shortly, maybe take us through what you mean by postpartum depression and how did that look like for you?
PPD, you don't actually know when it happens, yeah? So my children are 10 years apart, and by now I have a background in insurance, marketing option. So in insurance, what happens, if you don't sell, you don't earn. We are paid on commission. So the whole journey made me to be a bit grounded, so my commission was going down. So we were only depending on one source of income, that is my husband's income. So basically you're a woman, you're used to your own money, you're used to planning your own things in the house, so you all your expensive has been shifted to one person,
Yeah.
whom he also has to see what is the priority. So internally, I didn't know I was going through PPD until I spoke out to my mom, who recommended me to a counselor. I went through counseling, and then from there is when I realized, oh, so this is how depression is after you give birth. These are things that you just hear, because now this baby came with her own responsibility that I had to give, and this is 10 years. You see, 10 years, this child is big. So you are grounded now, you have to be there full time. House helps are in and out. You have to, all your brain is here. So there's some bit of your mind that you detach from who you were before. To it's like being a new mom. So these are the things these girls were going through during this period. You can imagine it's Corona, everything is grounded, they're not in school. So I entirely fit in their shoe and understood what they were going through. So that is basically PPD. You don't even know you're going through it until somebody else sees it or you speak out. So through counseling session, I bounced back, and the rest is, we are here now.
Wow, I like that you noticed what you're going through and said, if this is what I went through, what about younger girls? They must be having it as well. Okay, that's a really good thing. What is the mission for WISE?
Our main mission is to empower unprivileged women.
Okay.
We started with the young girls. So unprivileged women have their own circle. We have the young girls, we have the women with disability. Where basically WISE, we deal with women with physical disability. And in this bracket, a woman can be going through gender-based violence. We call them the 3 triple threats that are affecting Kenya. A woman can be having HIV, either raped or it's even as for married women. HIV, you can just contract it in the house. And then we have the unwanted teenage pregnancy. We also have young girls who are physically disabled, who have unwanted teenage pregnancy. So our main mission is to help the unprivileged women in all the 3 setups that we are trying to come against it. Yes.
All right. So what kind of things do you do? You said you used to do wig making.
Yes.
Is that something you're still doing?
Otherwise, we have 4 main economic empowerment skills. We have our main bread and butter, that is wig making, since we started back then, 2019. And then we have knitting. For the knitting, we do the gloves, the leg warmers, ponchos, and recently we started doing prosthesis breasts for cancer patients. We'll talk about that. And then we have beadwork, and we have tailoring. Yes, so we usually have a 4-month course, whereby when you come, for the first month you get to feel what wig making is. Then the next month you go to bead. By the time you're out of our organization, you'll identify yourself where you want to be. Yes, you can't just do all of them at the same time. So after that course, you decide, do I want to have the wig making, beadwork, tailoring, or the knitting. Yes.
Tell us about the cancer. You mentioned something with the cancer patients.
So what happened, I lost one of my auntie to cancer, breast cancer. And then when these women came on board, we were basically doing the wig making. So I saw the experience of her going through chemo. Chemo is where you get even your alopecia, hair loss.
You lose your hair.
So the main thing, biblically, even the Bible says, a woman is beautiful through what? Most of the hair. So if a woman's self-esteem is lowered, if you don't have what? Your hair. So as I saw my auntie went through that period of alopecia, losing the hair, something hit me. What is happening to these women in Nakuru County who are undergoing hair loss, cancer? So I approached my partners, Kenya Medical Association to date, and requested them, are you in a position to be helping these women? I have women with physical disability. They are also vulnerable in their own way. If by any chance you can be kind enough to be buying what you are doing, then we give the patient at the PGH, that is a level 5 hospital in Nakuru. Luckily, KMA came through. They bought the idea. So we have been giving wigs from 2021. We give it twice in a year. That is February, that is the Cancer Awareness Month or Prevention Month. And then we have October, that is the Breast Cancer Month, that we mainly do the campaign. So we gave 100 in February, 100 in October, and KMA, they purchase the wigs from us. So it's from one unprivileged and vulnerable women to another vulnerable woman. So we make them feel, despite the fact you don't have hair, we've got you.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's very noble of you. The fact, and I like the fact that both parties are benefiting.
Yes.
The ones making the wigs and the ones who actually need the wigs.
Yeah, what we try to demystify is that you don't have to feel woye for me because I'm a PWD, and also because I'm a patient survivor, I don't have to have the woye factor.
Yeah.
So both women are vulnerable in their own way, but they complement each other.
True.
Yes.
True. How do you get your, I don't understand, they're not clients. They are the people who benefit from your organization. How do you said at the beginning that when you posted it on a first Facebook group, you got an overwhelming response. So right now, how do you get them into your organization?
I can say the PWD niche in Nakuru is very minimal.
Okay.
So they approached me after what they saw. That is something I least expected, because I expected maybe other women, maybe housewives. With all due respect, they're also good women. But I didn't expect to be consulted by persons with disability. Okay. So from there, I've been working closely with the NCPWD, National Council of Persons with Disability. And then there are so many groups, like in Nakuru West, there is a main group that their chairman is a friend of mine. It's called the Shaba Persons with Disability, where they have women. So it's a network, it's a chain that never drops, Once you finish with this one, they refer. Okay. So mostly referral work for us. And I've appointed them. Despite the fact I'm the founder of the organization, most of them hold the departments. I have a person with disability doing the wig, a person with disability doing the knitting. So they go and call in each other. Okay. So I entirely depend on referral. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You're a registered company. I mean, are you an NGO?
Organization. Ours is a community-based organization. Okay. It's a CBO. Okay. Yes.
And do you have structure in terms of employees? How big is it?
As you've heard, we just started the other day, the registration bit. Having paperwork and going to the ground is totally different. Because we have been working on the ground, but depending on philanthropists, well-wishers. So having registered in 2021, that is when we started laying our structures. It's still a young organization, but we mainly depend on well-wishers and few partners here and there. So we give most of our women stipends. When we have apart from the economic empowerment, we also have something we empower them, something we call the learning skills on sexual reproductive health, SRHR. They should know their rights when they go to the PGH or any other hospital, how they can access these facilities. So we have partners who come on board. We give them stipend, we give them the information, we give them information of maybe family planning. If we have some who are HIV, how to take their meds. So we are working as a consortium of partners. So we can't just say like we have employees. Yes.
That makes sense. If you're watching this and you know someone who would benefit from this kind of program, or you yourself would benefit from this kind of program, at the end of the show we will be giving out contacts where you can reach Sophie here and get into her organization, or even get to know more about what she does. So please stick around, don't go anywhere. At the end of the show you'll get all this information so that you can be able to reach out and help yourself or help a friend. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a very, very short break. We'll be right back.